Hey everyone. Hey friend, it's Lauren here. And I'm here tonight for another session of reading time. So it's going to become a Friday thing, I think, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's get started. Hey everyone. Hi, it's me, Lauren. So we're doing a bit of reading here. And we got this lovely book that I bought for a gift for somebody. And I'm not ready to give it up yet because I'm having too much fun. So to recap from last weekend, to try to remember here, what are we doing? I started reading. It's a choose your own stories. As you flip through, you have to pick a scenario, and it tells you which page chapter-ish kind of thing to flip through. And then it wants you to keep notes on how you're doing in the game. So, because it's almost like a puzzle game adventure story, which is really cool. So to recap, I have 12 life points, 3 athleticism, 6 sense, 3 endurance, 4 skill, 3. I don't have any weapons. I don't have any armor yet. I have a locket. And then last I left off with, I answered the door and I got captured. So in case you're wondering what this is, it's Shadow Chasers. So we're going to get started back to 276. And this is where I read it and then I stopped because I'm like, I'll decide next time we come back to it. All right. So I went to answer the door. You reason that you've done nothing wrong and therefore have nothing to fear. There will be a perfectly reasonable explanation for all this, you tell yourself as you climb down the ladder from the platform where you sleep. In fact, it's probably a setup by your friends trying to scare you because they know old Joe is away. He's the carpenter who's raised you as his own. Yes, that must be it. You grin as you unbolt the door, then you meet those sightless eyes that somehow seem to see more than yours ever could, and your grin freezes in place. 2 of the hooded figures pin your arms behind your back. So Rowan. So apparently my name is Rowan. The man sighs almost sadly. After all this time, you answer the door like a common servant. His voice hardens. Tie him. You are bound and gagged, and a sack is pulled over your head. That same festering laugh seems to creep from all sides as you're carried away from your home. Turn to 94. Alright, so let's go to 94, which is way the fudge this way. I'm a little sleepy, by the way. It's been a long, long day. Alright, we ready for 94? Alright. So I'm going to write this down, my progress. Oh, I know where I'm at. You twist and kick until you feel the point of something sharp pressed against your side. Master would prefer to take you alive, a voice says, so close to your face that you can smell the warm breath through the sacking. Okay, interesting wording. But it's only a preference. If you try to escape, I will kill you. The accent is harsh and unfamiliar. They bundle you onto a cart and someone jumps up beside you. The driver urges the horses forward. Horses, eh? And the cart jerks into motion. Lying on the boards, you hit your head every time you go over a pothole. Eventually, the horse's slow and familiar voice calls out in the darkness. Halt! Who goes there? Your voice catches in your throat. It's Owen, the gatekeeper. His daughter's in your class at school. You're about to call out when you feel the sharp jab in your side once more, and you remember the warning that went with it. If you want to try to get Owen's attention, turn to 353. If you decide to keep quiet, turn to 409. Interesting choice. I'm going to go with 409 because they threatened to kill me. You know. So, 409 because if I yell out, I'm screwed, you know. Alright, where's 409 here? That's a little too far. 40. Ooh, there's a picture. We're almost at 409. We're almost there. 409, there it is. You hold your breath as Owen chats to the driver. A bit early to be up and about, he asks. The driver laughs and says something you don't quite catch. Well, be careful how you go, Owen says. There's been sightings of a group of armed men in the area. Not from around here, I've heard. You blink back tears of frustration as the cart passes through the east gate and out of Helmsgard. Aw. Oh well, I'm being taken. Once clear of the city, your captor sits you up and pulls away the sack. He's the only other person in the cart. The rest must be making their way out separately. His hood is drawn back, and in the weak dawn light you see a pale face with dull gray eyes. He doesn't seem that much older than you, but he stares straight ahead, seemingly uninterested in you or anything else. You make a muffled noise. After a moment's hesitation, he unties your gag and rests his hand on the hilt of his weapon. You see a name carved into it, Flint. It's not a word you've heard used around Helmsgard. You clear your throat quietly and risk a question. In a flat voice, he tells you he's from a fishing village beyond the northern border of the kingdom. His name is Half Harlan. Turn to 111. Okay. So we'll read for a little while, probably maybe up to 10 minutes. That might not try to spoil the whole book for you. Okay, you watch your captor closely and ponder your next move. If you want to ask him what happened to Hole Harlan, turn to 233. If you want to beg him to let you go, turn to 109. If you want to ask him why you've been kidnapped, turn to 342. If you want to carry on in silence, turn to 12. I'm going to go with 342 because I want to know what's going on. Why'd you capture me? 342. This is fun. Come on. There we go. 342. Those were my orders. You ask who gave them. The Shadow Reaper. Your eyes narrow and you ask if that was who woke you in the night. He shakes his head and further questions about the Shadow Reaper all yield the same response. That is not for me to know. You hang your head in frustration at the man's strange, almost mechanical replies and ask if he knows where he's taking you. At least, to Floriven Bridge where we'll meet the others. You know that bridge is only a couple of leagues from the city walls. If you're going to try to escape, you haven't got much time. If you want to ask another question, turn to 111. Oh, that loops. Interesting. You decide you've had enough, turn to 12. So I already did 111. I'm going to go to 12. This could be dangerous. Whee! 12, 12, 12. Okay, one more. The sun has risen above the horizon. Looking back towards Helmsgard, you see its rays glinting off the old astronomers, I can't even pronounce, tower. But your attention is drawn away by strange noises further down the road. Songs of laughter, low rumbles, and metallic clanking. The road skirts the edge of Gloamwood Forest. Who could be moving so cheerfully past that sinister place? Then the cart rounds the bend and the answer is real. The circus is coming to town. The ringmaster rides up front wearing a red waistcoat and strains against its big gold buttons and a blue top hat studded with stars. At the sight of your car, he raises a hand and cries, "Company, halt!" Your driver pulls his horses up and fast and yells, "Get off the road, you thieving vagabond! Can't you see we're in a hurry? Nobody wants your sort in town anyway." The ringmaster's stare hardens. "Harley, Barley, Cobb, you're needed outside, boys." The cart behind him shudders, the door swings open, and 3 of the biggest men you've ever seen emerge. "Now wait just a minute," your driver stammers. "I was only joking around. Of course you folks are welcome here. As a matter of fact, His voice trails off as the 3 circus giants loom over him. If you want to leap from the cart and call for help, turn to 166. If you don't, turn to 352. So I'm going to leap for help. Because we got some big boys there. Alright, you decide this is the chance you've been waiting for. Roll 1 dice and add it to your athleticism level. If your total is 7 or higher, go to that page, 388. If it's 6 or lower, go to 265. Okay, we need some dice. And then because this is how we're doing it, I gotta find my phone. Let me look up random when I learn how to spell. Dice. Let's see if I can find a dice app. Okay, you ready? Okay, I got a 6. So 6 plus my athleticism, which is 3. So it's 9. So I'm going to go to 388. Okay, we're good for dice for the moment. So let's see where 388 goes. Ooh, sleepy. Oh my goodness. 388. In one swift movement, you stand and leap backwards out of the cart, arching your back like a gymnast. You use your hands to spring over onto your feet. Hey, that was pretty good, yells one of the acrobats. But you have no time to lose. You call up for help and yell that you've been kidnapped. What? Cries the ringmaster, puffing out his chest. Turn to 44. Let's do 44. Let's finish this line I got written on the bottom here. Suddenly, everyone's attention is drawn to the sound of hooves thundering down the road. The rest of the kidnappers are riding up fast, weapons in hand. Ooh. Their pale leader is out front, hood blown back, revealing long strands of white, lank hair trailing from his scalp. Turn to 28. So I'm going to write 28 on here. Or 29, I mean. And then we're just going to leave it for today. And that is the end of today's reading session. I'm keeping it relatively short because, hey, if you want this book, you should get it. And I should double check to see, is it still available? That might be a really key component here. UBAH, let's pull up my website, .ca/859-454. Alright, let's try to see if this works. Oh, helps if I can spell. My UBAH. Oh my goodness. Okay, try this again. Because I can't spell. My UBAH.ca. I am so tired tonight. Oh, 859-454. It's been an absolute long day. Okay, it's thinking. There we go. We're getting there. Okay, search. Shadow Chaser. Oh, I put an extra S on my words on my screen on here. Yeah, Shadow Chaser is on the website. It's $11.95. That's actually a really good price, $11.95, for this thick book with lots of adventures for all ages. So yeah, it is a really big book. So yeah, and they're accepting drawings of if people want to draw up some of the characters. So yeah, this book is really cool. I do recommend it. This is the second week I've been reading it, and we'll be back again next week to read some more. So yeah, thanks everybody for checking this out, and feel free to contact me for more info. Have a great night. Bye for now.